Hey internet, my name's Kira, and I can't say it out loud because it makes me ill, but I was scammed for a large amount of money, and I feel so dumb. I feel there are a lot of emotions. This was about 24 hours ago, and I'm still settling in, and I'm still trying to figure out what happened to me. But I just want to put this out here because I do not want this to happen to anybody else because it is not recoverable. This wasn't a digital scam. This wasn't something that I can just tell my bank, hey, I didn't do this, and I get it back. This was so, I was dumb. I was dumb. You need to, think, I had a moment of dumbness, and they got me for my life savings. Um, sorry. I don't want to post myself crying on the internet, but I can't talk about this without crying. So I apologize for my emotions. I genuinely want to get this out there. If it saves one person, that's helpful. But if you know me, you think I'm really dumb now if you watch this, and that's okay. I just want people to know about the situation, because one less person would be nice. So let me get to it. So yesterday I get a call from my bank, and it was my
Are you going to tell us what the life savings is? Are you going to give us an actual number? I'm curious. I mean, if you're going to come on here and tell the situation, just go ahead and give all the context. But I guess she wants to keep that private. I'm not mad at it, but yeah, if you're coming online to tell the situation, because my thing is, what can we do about it now? What can we do about it now? You just said that there's no way for you to get vindication and for you to get your money back. I'm guessing you tried to go through the legal means, and they told you it just wasn't possible. So what do you think coming online and telling it's going to do? Are you trying to spread awareness? Who knows? But let's get back into it. Before we do though, y'all, if you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. It only takes a second, and it actually helps out more than you know. And it's really just a click. It's really just a click. So if you're here anyway, you might as well click that like button. And also, if you can hype the video as well.
really dumb now if you watch this, and that's okay. I just want people to know about the situation, because one less person would be nice. So let me get to it. So yesterday I get a call from my bank, and it was my bank's number. I googled the number. I am going in my head, yes, that, back and forth, is it my bank, is it a scam, is it? I finally tell myself, this is real. I googled the number. This guy seems legit. He's not asking me for any of my information. He's telling me that there's been fraudulent activity on my card and asking me if I am aware of a charge in Texas. I say no, I'm not in Texas. I'm in Colorado. So that's happened to me before, and normally the next step is they freeze my card, and then I get sent a new one. But that was not that was not what happened to me this time. He said, okay, I need to transfer you to our fraud department. They are going to bring you through the next steps. And okay, cool. So I get transferred. It's a new number. I'm thinking it's real at this time, so I don't Google this new next number. I'm just listening, and she's telling me that actually I'm a victim of identity theft, and that there's somebody in the bank using my ID or all the information on my ID to make a withdrawal of all of my money. And so I'm at this point starting to really panic. I am panicked beyond, I am a very anxious person, which I think that this definitely helped them get this scam, because once they got me into a state of panic, I don't know why, but I was all trusting of them, and I'm so ashamed and angry at myself. So if you can't think I'm more dumb than I already think I am, so I guess that's why I'm posting it. So she tells me that it's
I can see why she might feel ashamed because it sounds like she fell for one of those scams that a lot of people hit the elderly with. And so, yeah, I would hang my head a little low if I fell for one of those scams because a lot of times those scams are really bad. But it's just because the elderly may not necessarily be as familiar with the technology. So it's easy to come with things like some of the scams they run. But clearly you are. You're on TikTok right now, posting a video. So I'm still waiting to see how they got her. I'm trying to really save my critique until we get any information, but I'm gonna be honest. She's being very selective with what she shares. She's not really just being, she seems, just the energy I'm picking up, she seems a little withdrawn, excuse me, and a little closed off. Like she's not being fully transparent or she may be hiding something.
You can't think I'm more dumb than I already think I am, so I guess that's why I'm posting it. So she tells me that it's identity theft and that this person is obviously not me on the cameras, but they just want me to come to a branch to just figure this all out and like do something. So I start driving to a branch because when they had called me, I was walking out of the grocery store. So I was already in my car and I said, and I'm thinking like my money's being stolen. So I'm like, yeah, I'm on my way right now. I go to the branch and and on my way to the branch she starts just like saying to me that the branch that I am currently going to is under investigation because she asked me, she goes, is this the branch you're going to? And she named the address. She had that information, so they know where I'm banking, they know where I'm going to go, like. And so basically she tells me that this branch is under investigation and that I need you to go in there and try and withdraw X amount of cash, but the teller should not let you do it. So we need to just make sure that the teller's not in on it, and in order to do that, we just need to make sure
What?
she's not willing to give you it.
She finna have me laughing like how she just laughed. This is just crazy. Come on, man. Come on now. Because also, I'm guessing within this, at some point, you handed over your life savings physically, because now we're talking about withdrawing money. That's why knowing how much life savings you have is so important because it's like, but that's why I feel like she's hiding stuff because it's one thing if your life savings is $700 and then you hand over $700. That's more feasible. But if your life savings is $120,000, now I'm like, how did you went to the bank? You withdrew. They told you that stuff was happening, transacted in Dallas, Texas. You didn't go and confirm that in your own bank account. Then you decided to go and get $120,000 in a briefcase, which, by the way, that would take time. The bank just doesn't have that on hand typically. Shoot, they make you have to wait dang near 7 business days just to take out $10,000. So it's like that's why that is so important because now if you're telling me you went and handed somebody $120,000 in a briefcase, now it's like, ma'am, you're a nutcase. But this is getting crazy now. So they told her, don't talk to the teller. Don't tell them what you're doing. Just withdraw the money. This is just, come on now.
Basically, she tells me that this branch is under investigation and that I need you to go in there and try and withdraw X amount of cash, but the teller should not let you do it. So we need to just make sure that the teller's not in on it, and in order to do that, we just need to make sure she's not willing to give you any cash. And part of this is making sense to me. I'm like, okay, I guess, like, and obviously every time I speak this, or like this has been on my mind for 24 hours, like I can't live it down. And obviously when this person's telling me all this, I'm in a state of panic thinking like my shit is being like stolen and I need to do this in order to keep my stuff safe. And yes, it's dumb, but that was my mindset in that moment. So I'm doing the thing. She tells me, go in there, keep me on the phone, put me in your pocket or purse or whatever. This lady is very kind, American accent. Not that that wouldn't make her not kind, but that was just, I think, like when you think scam, you're thinking you're gonna get somebody foreign or possibly like some sort of accent, or you can tell in some way, or it sounds like a call center. Like, no, none of those red flags were happening. And she tells me, okay, go in the bank and withdraw, and you are now part of this investigation, so just try and grab as much detail as you can. She goes, I understand this is an emotional situation. You are a victim of identity theft. Please take this seriously. You're a victim. And they got me. And long story short, I don't know.
Hold on now. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. We're not about to just skirt past it now, long story short, and then we just say they got me. I need the details. You done held us this long and really ain't said nothing. Nothing specific. How did they get you? What happened? We still got a little time left. But can't just leave it like that.
Identity theft. Please take this seriously. You're a victim. And they got me. And long story short, I don't know. They had me convinced that the cash I pulled out was fraudulent cash and that I needed a carrier to pick it up. Somebody needed to drive to my house and a courier was to pick it up because that's fraudulent cash. And if I were to touch it, I am now part of the FBI. And obviously, every time I say this, I want to shake my head empty and like bang my head against the table because like how stupid could I be? And I even like said to myself and told this woman on the phone, I'm not giving money over to a courier until I have replaced money. Like, what do you mean? Like, I'm like arguing with her and they are so persistent, and she was like, well, if this, like, and I'm thinking, like, well, if this was a scam, like, they'd probably just give up at this point, because I've called them scammers multiple times at this point. I'm telling them, like, you're scamming me. Why would I do this? They got me. They got me so good. Like, I am so stupid. So stupid. Anyway, long story short, I take all of my...
I'm starting not to believe this. I don't know if I believe her story. Because you're so quick to come online and feel like you got to tell everybody, a bunch of strangers, this story. When this is going on and, you're feeling scared and all this type of stuff. If you would do this to come online, I feel like the first thing you would typically do is call your daddy. Daddy, this is happening and they're telling me that my money is whatever. What do I do? What do I do? And then you would have got set straight. I don't know. This is starting to just sound a little too far-fetched for me. It's starting to sound very far-fetched.
Good. Like, I am so stupid. So stupid. Anyway, long story short, I take all of my cash that I withdrawed and I gave it to a U.S. bank courier that was parked outside of my residence. I did that. I voluntarily gave over my money. They got me that good. I am 23 years of age. I am aware of these scams, and I'm so stupid. That's like the grief I'm going through. Like, I can't even say the number. Like, I can't put myself through that embarrassment, but just know I've been saving it for a long time, and it was my nest egg, and it was possibly going to get me.
No, now I know now I really don't believe her. She said the reason why she won't say the number is because she's not going to put herself through that embarrassment. Ma'am, you know dang well this entire story is embarrassing. The fact that you fell for it's embarrassing. That is a horrible excuse. People who aren't thinking probably won't even question it. Now I really don't believe you. The reason you're not going to say the number that you got scammed is because you're not even going to put yourself through that embarrassment, but you decided to come online with this crazy story and post it to TikTok. And you still haven't taken it down to this day. By the way, this video has a lot of engagement. It's got almost 400,000 likes, almost 22,000 comments, over 30, excuse me, over almost 100,000 shares. Ma'am, don't tell me about embarrassment. This don't got nothing to do with embarrassment. So now I don't know about this.
That's like the grief I'm going through. Like, I can't even say the number. Like, I can't put myself through that embarrassment, but just know I've been saving it for a long time, and it was my nest egg, and it was possibly going to get me some sort of property so I don't have to rent anymore. Like I've worked for that for almost.
And then that already pretty much gives us a good indication of around how much it is. It's right. Probably what, 20,000, 30,000. That's what I mean. She's being selectively, because it's while she's telling this story, you see she's like you see she's showing visceral emotions, right? Seeming very distressed to the point to where she starts laughing. Like she's just it is giving the perception like she's going through these spiraling emotions. So how are you being calculated at the same time and still making sure that you don't say certain things or reveal certain things? Typically when somebody is being just emotionally genuine, typically it's going to be hard for them to control the impulses to just share and just get it out. So now I'm starting to think that this might be a story, but we'll finish it and then we'll really just dig into it and see.
Almost 10 years now. I've worked since I was 15 years old, and it's just taken away from me, but it wasn't. I gave it to them. And that's the part that rips me to shreds. So I'm just posting this so people can see it and not do it. Luckily, I'm okay. It wasn't all my money. I'll be able to pay my rent. I'll be able to eat. But it's just so disheartening that all I've worked for is not ripped away from me. I handed it over. And so, person, if you're watching this, good job, I guess. You deserved it. I was stupid enough and you worked me good enough to earn that money. So I'm the dumb one. I'm the idiot. But if your bank calls you, hang up and call your bank. Just please. And I don't know if I'm going to post this or leave it up or whatever.
If your bank calls you, just hang up and call the bank. Yeah, that's great advice. That's probably the best thing you done said, but it's very ironic.
And call your bank. Just please. And I don't know if I'm going to post this or leave it up or whatever, but whoever sees this, like, just know I'm violently embarrassed and I feel dumb enough, so you don't have to call me dumb. And if you see me in person, don't bring it up. But be careful and protect your things. Protect yourself. Hey, internet.
I want to see some of these comments. I'm not going to lie. I want to see some of these comments. One comment says, "Don't worry. I don't think anyone else is going to fall for this." Somebody said, "I need to know how much this life savings was." Asking as a 39-year-old with 700 life savings. It says, "As a banker, file a police report and take that police report to your bank. The bank will work with you and the police to recover the money if all possible. This happens more than you think. There are ways to recover." Oh, wait a second now. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. Wait a second. This comment says this actually makes 0 sense. And the GoFundMe screams that we are being scammed. The
My
GoFundMe?
name's Kira.
The GoFundMe? Hold on, what do you mean a GoFund? She made a GoFundMe? Somebody else says something about the GoFundMe. It says, I donate to GoFundMe accounts fairly regularly. I'll be dang if I'm going to donate to someone for getting scammed in such a manner, though. Sorry that happened to you, but expecting strangers to compensate you for your own naivety makes this seem nefarious. Sharing your story to educate others is all that should have been done. So she put up a GoFundMe. Well, she took it down now, or allegedly, because I can't see it. Maybe when she got all the backlash, she decided to take it down. But because a lot of people are commenting about the GoFundMe, maybe she actually said something about it in the video. I don't know. And maybe she cut that out now. I don't know. But sounds like so she has a GoFundMe for it. And I'm also seeing here there's people reacting to her video. So hold on, let's see.
You got scammed out of your life savings, I'm not buying the video. I don't know if this is like some scheme for dry begging. Like if you make it seem like all your money got took, that people will go and try to give you money back that you never lost. I don't know. But I tell you what don't make sense about the video for me. Let's just put aside the whole fact that you believed somebody who called your phone and told you to go to your bank and the bank was under investigation, but don't let the bank know that they under investigation.
Well, these type of scams do happen mostly to elderly people, and they actually do work. And it's they keep you on the phone and stuff like that. But and that's why I feel like that would be a great opportunity for her to just take key aspects of something that does happen and then come up with a story. Man, people are getting very savvy when it comes to online begging. We review it all the time. Listen, people do it in the dumb ways, the dumb, transparent ways where it's just obvious. But let me just put it this way. If I was begging, I'd be a little savvy with it. I would be able to do what she's doing. Do you think there's not going to be some smart people that run into certain situations that they can't handle, but don't want to put themselves out there and frame themselves as the person that ultimately was responsible to making decisions and choices that led them into their situation? They would rather just come up with a story that removes them completely. And then now they can raise money while at the same time being framed as someone who needs sympathy. And you'll even see it too. One thing I've been seeing a lot is where people will come on begging for other people's behalf. They'll say, I have a friend who's about to get evicted. And, I just want to help her, but donate to this Cash App that's my name. And I'm going to get it to her. I'm not going to show her. I'm not going to tell you all anything about her as far as realistically. You're not going to get her name. You're not going to see her face. Just trust me. I have a friend. I'm not raising it for me. Yeah, okay. So people are starting to become a little bit more savvy. There's going to always be some people who are still going through things, but they're not idiots. They're actually smart and they're able to go into very dark manipulation to the masses. And I think that's what that could be. I think that's what that could be. Because she had a GoFundMe up.
And the bank was under investigation, but don't let the bank know that they under investigation. Like, let's put all that silly stupidness aside and let's talk about the facts of when you go into the bank and you withdraw a large sum of money. First thing is, most banks don't keep but a certain amount of money on site in that vault. If you are requesting a lump sum of money, most times you have to request it 24 to 48 hours in advance to ensure that they have that money. Next thing is,
that's a very great point, and that's the point that I made. See, The whole time we weren't knowing how much. And so she might have strategically did that, right? Because her story wouldn't have made sense. By leaving out that, but she leaves out key information, which then protects her from any cross analyzation as well as any scrutiny. It's hard to scrutinize a vague story, as well as she is right. Because we actually did at the end get some contextual information that can allow us to infer that she had over $10,000. She said it was comparable to enough to put down a down payment on a house. We know how much houses cost. So, but she didn't give the information, so it still leaves room for plausible deniability. She could talk about some, oh well, it was a FHA loan, so I only had to put 3%. She could say anything. But in most cases, she was pretty much alluding that she had, you know, tens of thousands that she got scammed out of. And it doesn't work like that as far as just going to the bank and letting them know that you need tens of thousands of dollars the same day. As well as you would definitely, I would think, need to speak to somebody. And I'm pretty sure that they would then have some questions for you and some verifications to make sure there wasn't a scam actually going on, because I'm sure that's something common. So I'm sure they've put certain protocols in place to make sure that these type of things don't happen. So now I'm very skeptical. She brought up a great point.
Advance to ensure that they have that money. Next thing is any transaction over $10,000, there has to be a report made, a CTR, and it has to report what you're withdrawing that money for, and it has to be reported to the government. So for you to think that you could just walk into the bank and request a big lump sum of money and you don't have to explain what you requested that money for, even if it's your money, you still have to. And the teller will have to go over that with you. So I'm just a little confused on what you would have told a teller what you was getting it for if you were supposed to be told that you couldn't tell them that they was under investigation.
Right. Oh, right. And you got the person on the phone. You could have been like, well, let me let you talk to the person right here. They're telling me this. It just doesn't. Mm-mm.
There's a lot of questions that's going unanswered, and I'm not believing it. I don't believe everything I see. I know y'all gets on here and lie real bad, right? You lie for views, you lie to try to dry big. It's a lot of different reasons.
Right.
Now you done limited your comments on your video, and I'm just not buying it. You got scammed out.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't buy it either. She played a stupid game. She won a stupid prize. But what that could indicate is she was in a desperate situation. And desperate times call for desperate measures. But people are getting more savvy in order to try to remove them from it completely, but still raise a bunch of money and then just go off the grid. And like I said, I told you all the engagement numbers that video got. So you can imagine that converted into a nice amount of money for her. But this can still get investigated further, especially since she used GoFundMe, allegedly. They can work with the authorities if she basically scammed a bunch of people online with a fake story. So hope you didn't try to pull it. But we'll leave it there for today. If you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second, and it actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you can hype the video. Hype is a new feature that YouTube offers where it helps smaller content creators like myself. And basically, when you hype, it actually pushes us to the extent that it pushes the larger content creators. So you just press the hype button and it shows the points. And since I am a smaller creator, a smaller channel, we actually get more points per hype. And hype was designed for smaller channels. So that's why. But if you come across a video and you don't see the hype button, then it's probably been over 7 days. And hype usually vanishes after 7 days. So for that reason, it's usually best practice if you want to hype to just go ahead and hype while the iron is hot on a newer video. And also, if you want to become a member of the channel as well, join buttons on the video. And what becoming a member of the DXU family will come with is you would get badges next to your comments that show people that you're a member whenever you leave a comment, as well as you would get early access to content and also exclusive content that's not available for everyone else on YouTube. So again, if you want to become a member, join buttons on the video. But until then, I'll see you in the next video.